Hello everybody, in this video we're going to talk about the discriminant. So you might have heard that word before when you're working with the quadratic formula, and that's exactly why, because it's in the quadratic formula. So here at the top we have our quadratic formula, right? X equals opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. The discriminant is the part under the radical. So here our discriminant is b squared minus 4ac, okay? And this discriminant is helpful for us. Why? Because it's located under the radical. And if we remember when we talked about nth roots and radicals and how to solve those, whatever is under the radical is going to tell us how many solutions our quadratic equation has. So let's take a look at that. It says since the discriminant is located under the radical symbol, we can use the value of the discriminant to determine the number of real solutions of a quadratic equation. So remember, we could have imaginary solutions, but in Algebra 1 we just deal with the real solutions, and we'll get to imaginary in Algebra 2. So take a look at the three options that we could have. Our discriminant, b squared minus 4ac, could be greater than 0, so that's just any positive number. And notice what's going to happen. Our parabola is going to intersect the x-axis 2 times. So we will have two real solutions because we have two x-intercepts. Okay, so that's one option. Now, the next one, our discriminant, or b squared minus 4ac, could be equal to 0. So if that's the case, notice where our parabola touches the x-axis. It just touches it one time. That's where the vertex is located. So here we only have one real solution because we only have one x-intercept, right? Remember, the x-intercepts are the solutions to the quadratic equation. And the last one, we could have b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. So that'd be a negative number, right? Because we would be taking the square root of a negative, which we can't do with real numbers. That's where the imaginary numbers come in, but we don't deal with those in Algebra 1. So here we're going to say there are no real solutions because there are no x-intercepts. Okay, so now we can use this information to help us determine the number of solutions that our quadratic should have, or the number of x-intercepts the corresponding function should have. So let's take a look at these three examples. Number one says 2x squared minus 3x minus 1 equals 0. Now, for us to be able to use b squared minus 4ac, we want to make sure our quadratic equation is in standard form, which number 1 is. So we have a is 2, b is negative 3, and c is negative 1. So now we don't have to write out the whole quadratic equation. All we have to do is write out the discriminant, b squared minus 4ac, and just see what we get. If we get a positive number, 2 solutions. If we get 0, 1 solution. And if we get a negative number, no real solutions. So let's plug this in. B is negative 3, and a is 2, and c is negative 1. So now we're just going to simplify. So negative 3 squared would be 9. And now we have minus 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times negative 1 would be negative 8. So now this becomes 9 plus 8, which is 17. And so now that's a positive number, right? So since that's positive, we have 2 real solutions, which would mean we'd have 2 x-intercepts. Okay, now let's look at number 2. It is not in standard form right now, so we need to adjust our equation so that it's equal to 0, or so that all of our terms are on one side of the equation. So we're going to subtract x from both sides so that we can get x squared minus x plus 4 equals 0. And now we can identify a here is 1, b is negative 1, and c is 4. Okay, so now let's take our discriminant, b squared minus 4ac. b is negative 1, a is positive 1, and c is positive 4. So now we have negative 1 squared would be 1, minus 4 times 1 would be 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So we have 1 minus 16, which gives us negative 15. So now we have a negative number. So that would be like taking the square root of a negative. So we're going to say there are no real solutions. And our parabola would not intersect the x-axis. So there are no x-intercepts either. All right, look at number 3. 9x squared plus 1 equals 6x. Once again, we want to get this 6x over here on the left side. And so now we have 9x squared minus 6x plus 1 equals 0. So here we have a is 9, b is negative 6, and c is 1. So let's do b squared minus 4ac, and let's plug in our values. So negative 6 is b, A is 9, and C is 1. So now here we have negative 6 squared, 36, minus 4 times 9 is 36, times 1 is 36, and we get 0. Okay, so now we know that is just going to be the square root of 0, which is just 0, which means we only have one real solution. So when we graph this function, the parabola would have its vertex on the x-axis, so there would be one x-intercept as well. Okay, and so that's the discriminant and how you can use it to determine the number of real solutions to your quadratic equation.